Good.
Hello, YouTube land, deja vu, and welcome to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 47, right here at the Force In Unison gaming channel. And of course, joining me like always, Caleones. How you doing, Caleones, in this weird night? Everything is going wrong tonight, but we're here and we're alive. How you doing, Caleones?
Well, how you doing, Dantes? How you doing, everybody? And yeah, we've had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're still looking forward to our podcast because what is going to be happening in 2 weeks from now, Dantes?
E3.
It's going to be E3, the mother of all gaming conventions, where Nintendo is expected to launch, talk about, and surprise us with, some games that we know are coming, others that we hope are going to be shown, and even others that we are praying that somehow they get announced. So, Dantes, go ahead and take it away so we can get started on this.
Sure. Hey, what's up, Dick? What's up, ex-gunner? Toys and More Club back in the house. So we're good. We're ready to roll and start this show. But before we do and give our E3 predictions, Caleones, let's do that sweet rigmarole to start the show. I want to welcome everybody to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 47, right here at the Force In Unison gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these crazy MFs happy. Also remember, hey, we have a Facebook page called @Force In Unison Gaming, and I think I jumped over it because I'm looking at it and people are saying that we have a robot voice. Which one was it, me or Caleones? Oh, okay. So it was Caleones. Okay, so well, we shall see. Anyway, also remember that we have this podcast for you to download on SoundCloud and iTunes for free. Rate us over there so you can show up some love. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to chiguerosnews.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, Caleones, if nothing else goes wrong, are you ready? I said, are you ready? For the no one in attendance and the no one watching around the world, let's get ready for Reggie's Hot Topics of the Week.
My body is ready.
My body is ready. And Caleones, the first topic is E3 predictions, baby. Just about Nintendo. So,
Okay, well, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, so I'm going to explain the rules. Last year, me and Caleones had a bet, which he lost, and I'm still waiting for him to pay the bet. So Despacito should be coming at some point. So I decided not to make bets until Caleones pays his original bet. So no bets this year. But we still want to have fun and see who wins the E3 prediction show. And how the rules are, me and Caleones are going to give five predictions. Five predictions. If I go first and I say a prediction that Caleones had in his head, he cannot say that prediction anymore. So they cannot be repeat predictions. The show, once the E3 comes out, we're going to count points, see how it goes. We can give half points if, let's just say you had half of the prediction. Give you an example. Retro is going to bring a new game, and it's going to be Star Fox. So if Retro comes out with a new game, but it's not Star Fox, then Caleones gets half the point for the prediction. It's an example to give you. With that said, Caleones, let's start with the prediction show. Now, question is who goes first? Now, because I was last year's champion, of course, I'm going to go first. And then I'll let Caleones go next. Is that okay with you, Caleones? Or you feel that you need to challenge me going first?
Well, we should do like rock, paper, scissors and see who goes first.
I was the winner last year. It shouldn't be rock,
Okay.
paper, scissors.
Then, yeah, go ahead.
It should be no rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, with that said, let me go first with my first prediction. And here's what my first prediction is going to be. Fortnite is going to come to the Nintendo Switch. And it's going to be announced on the Direct this E3. E3 Caleones. You can suck on that because I think you had that prediction, but you can suck it because I went first. So, Caleones, E3, Fortnite, Switch, make it happen because it's a done deal, because I said so, and my predictions are always money. So go ahead, Caleones. What do you think about my prediction?
Well, I mean, it's been teased by pretty much everybody, from leakers to, I mean, the Epic themselves. They have, sent certain, tweets and things like that. They haven't come outright and said it, but I mean, we expect somehow for Fortnite to be part of it. I mean, it would be a great announcement to have there, and hopefully, it's going to be one of those things where they'll say Fortnite's coming over to the system and will be available later on today for download. Something like that. So I'm really hoping that they're going to be surprising. That'll be something, something nice and pretty big for the conference itself. So I do hope so. I mean, we are enjoying Fortnite. It's not one of those, cash cows where it has, I mean, where you can buy things to give you a competitive advantage on the game. Is more so cosmetics and things like that. So I'm okay with it. And yeah, I mean, we've been having fun with it. So I will be happy once it comes, and hopefully it will be cross-platform compatible with PC, smartphones, and the Xbox One.
Okay, that was the first prediction. My first prediction. We have it on video. I was gonna write it down, but we have it on video. I'll find them later. Caleones, what is your first prediction from Nintendo this year's E3?
Okay, my first prediction is that we're gonna get gameplay footage of Metroid Prime 4.
Come on, that's not a prediction. They know that's. Come on, man. That's
No,
a shitty prediction.
it's not a given. It's not a given.
It's a given. That's a given. Fine. Okay, fine. You can take that one out. Hey, people in the chat, was that a shitty prediction? Yes or no? Is gameplay gonna be shown by Metroid Prime? Is that a shitty prediction? Come on. I'm waiting for them.
Right. They're saying wrecked on there, but I mean, hey, Dantes the Gamer is there. No.
There you go. Yeah, see, that was a cheat. Yes, he was. Disqualified. That is not a prediction. Everybody knows that that's gonna happen. Come on, Caleones. You're gonna have to shoot for something that is not known. Come on, do something better. That disqualified. The chat said it is. It's over. There you go. Come up with something better.
Okay. We're gonna have DLC announced for Super Mario Odyssey, where you can control Luigi and play him on brand new levels.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Okay, fine. That's a prediction because no one knows that that's gonna happen. Even though there's been some leaks, but you can use leaks. Caleones is using a leak there for sure. That's fine. I am hoping that that's correct, Caleones. I am hoping that the DLC comes with Odyssey where you can play Luigi. And I would prefer that you could play Luigi the whole game and get all the original stars, but with Luigi. And that would make, I believe, the game funner. But we shall see, Caleones. Good prediction. Good prediction. I'll give you that one. Okay, my turn, Caleones. Right? I'm going to say real predictions here because I'm not going to cheat and say, oh, they're going to announce Pokemon. They're going to show Pokemon. Everybody knows they're going to show Pokemon, but that's fine.
Well, they might announce it before the end of this month, so we'll be seeing on that one.
But my next prediction is we will finally see Retro's game. We don't know. We don't know. No one knows. We're finally going to see Retro's game at this year's E3. I made the same prediction last year, so I'm going to stick with it. And last year I failed, and this year we're going to see Retro's game at this year's E3. And that's it. I'm not going to say if it's what game. We're going to see Retro's game at E3 this year. Caleones.
Okay. So my prediction is going to be that, I mean, Can I say something like, I don't know, like, Mario Kart Tours, the smartphone game is going to be announced for the system, and it's going to be compatible with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where you can play online with the same people, something like that.
Okay, that's a prediction. I mean, I'll give you that. I don't know, you want to. Mario Kart, we're going to Mario Kart. E3 is going to be really bad if Caleones is pulling Mario Kart as a prediction right now, but it's all good. So Mario Kart is coming to the mobile. That was your prediction, and it's gonna get you can connect and play with people from Deluxe. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. That was Caleones' second prediction. Okay? I'm gonna go with my third prediction tonight. Caleones, we're gonna see Pikmin! Yeah, baby! Pikmin is gonna finally, and Dantes says finally, be announced for the Nintendo Switch. Pikmin, Pikmin, Pikmin. Caleones, put it in the bank! Baby! Pikmin coming to the Switch because Dantes said so. Anyway, anything to add to that prediction, or you're good?
Well, I mean, they say it's almost done. And they said it for like the past 3 years or so. It should have been a Wii U release, but it's, I mean, somewhere. We don't know where it is, why it's not coming out, but it's somewhere around there. So we are expecting it at some point to finally make it. Hopefully, it'll be this E3 because I do want a new Pikmin game as well. Yeah, we shall see.
Okay.
But hopefully it does.
So 3 down? Well, wait. How many I said? Is it 3?
Yeah.
3. Okay.
So my turn.
Now
My
it's
turn.
your third one, right? Okay, go ahead, guys. I'm not keeping track. We're doing bad this year, so it's all over the place. But go ahead, guys. What's your third prediction?
Okay, third prediction is that alongside the new Pikmin, we are going to get an announcement of and shown of Animal Crossing on the Switch.
Ooh, that's a good one. That could be. Animal Crossing peeps, do you agree with Caleones on the chat? Everybody tell me if you think Animal Crossing will finally be announced for the Switch. That's a good one. That's number 3 for Caleones. We're at the middle mark. Let's do a quick summary. My number 1 prediction was I even forgot already. Oh, Fortnite coming to the Switch. My number 2 prediction, Retro will finally show the game. And my number 3 prediction is Pikmin for the Switch. Okay? Summary for Caleones. His number 1 prediction was DLC for Mario Odyssey where Luigi's going to be playable. Number 2 is that the new Mario Kart game for mobile is going to be announced and that it's going to be connected to Mario Deluxe, Mario Kart Deluxe. And number 3 prediction was that I just completely forgot. Animal Crossing is coming for the Switch. So there you go. That's summary, halfway mark. Prediction number 4, Caleones. You know what I'm gonna say on the prediction number 4? It's because you cannot have an E3 without Monolith Soft. And I'm saying, and Dantes saying it right here, the Monolith Soft's new fantasy game will be announced on this E3, baby. Something from Monolith Soft is going to show this E3. It's not going to be Xenoblade Chronicles, but it could be a Xenoblade Chronicles export, or at least maybe, which is what I'm hoping, the new IP from Monolith Soft. You take that, Caleones. You know my predictions are solid, and you're suffering right now. How do you think about that prediction, Caleones?
I don't know, like that's some of the news that we're going to be discussing as well, because they said that they want to work on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, they want to work on Xenoblade X2, and they want to work on a new IP as well. So I believe we're going to see something from Monolith Soft. The question is, what is it going to be? Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Is it going to be X2? Is it going to be the new IP? And if you say the new IP, then I mean, I wouldn't really mind seeing any of them. Anything from Monolith Soft, I would, welcome it with open arms. But because they
still sound like a robot. I don't know. People are saying, ex-Gunner, people are saying that there's going to be a Xenoblade 3. This is true. They want to do a Xenoblade Chronicles 3, ex-Gunner. You know you're pumped for that. You know you're pumped for that. Maybe it's an X2, and maybe it's a new IP. We don't know. But sorry, look, we have a lot of technical problems today. So if the only issue that we have is that if the Caleones sounds like a robot today, then we're going to have to live with it, and I apologize because I don't know what's going on today in the hood. But anyway, Caleones, you know it's happening. See, Monolith Soft's new game will be at E3 and put it in the bank. Anyway, Caleones, to your fourth prediction.
Okay, my fourth prediction is going to be that Nintendo's not only going to show new games, they're going to be showing games that have already come out on the Wii U, like they did previously, and that there's another game that people have been talking about and have been wanting, even though that game didn't really do sales wise on the Wii U did that great. But if somebody like Dantes went to GameStop to pick up that game over Grand Theft Auto 5, it tells you that it is a game that is worth playing, and that means that Wonderful 101 port will be announced for the Switch.
Okay, that's the prediction. Wonderful 101. Great game. It's a good game. It's a good game. Deserves more love. Wonderful 101 will be announced. And I wouldn't be surprised that there are going to be some ports because Nintendo's just been delivering on ports this year. But anyway, it is all good. You have to pad your library somehow. But Wonderful 101, it would be a great addition to the Switch library, Caleones. And we're down to the last pick. We're down to the last prediction, Caleones. Now this is where it's getting tougher. I'm thinking, what is Nintendo going to do? Right? Okay. I'm going to give this prediction. Maybe a throwaway prediction. But maybe it will happen. Right, Caleones? I'm fighting between two predictions right now. And I'm trying to see which one I make. Oh,
you can throw them together.
This one's going to the bag. I picked the easy one because I wanna keep it safe. And no one knows. It hasn't been known, so you cannot blame me. Spyro the Dragon is gonna be announced for the Nintendo Switch at this E3. No one says if it's gonna be announced or not, Caleones. So it is a prediction. So Spyro the Dragon will be announced for the Nintendo Switch. Thank you. I take a bow for you people. Thank you. You can put it in the bank, Caleones. What do you think about that prediction? Is that gonna happen or not?
I mean, you can pretty much bank on it. That's gonna be happening. I'll say like you're disappointing me on that one. I thought you were gonna go all out with one of the predictions, but nope.
Play it safe. Play it safe, Caleones. I want to win. I want to whip your ass again. Play it safe. You know which one I was gonna say. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna give it to you. I was gonna say that they're gonna announce the Switch dockless for US, and it's gonna be $50 less, so $250. That was I almost went there, but I said no. I'm gonna play it safer, and I'm just gonna say Spyro the Dragon. That was what I was gonna say. But anyway, Caleones, your fifth prediction, sir.
Okay, yes. Even X Gunner is saying it. That was a cheat prediction. That they already knew that one. So
no, but they have. See, this is the difference. I'm gonna defend it. When Caleones said the Metroid Prime 4, they're gonna show gameplay, right? Everybody knows that's gonna happen. They said that they're gonna do that. They already said it, so it's kind of like that was cheating. But my prediction, no one knows that Spyro the Dragon is coming to the Switch at this time. Even Activision said that they had nothing to announce at this time. So in my defense, since no one has announced it, it's a prediction. Sorry, Caleones. It stays. It's stuck. The jury says it stays. Anyway, guys, go to your fifth prediction.
Okay. Well, third one. I don't know if you're gonna allow me to, on this one, but I'm gonna say we're finally gonna see Bayonetta 3.
That's no.
Yep.
No.
Why?
It's an announced game, dude. No. Out.
Also, Spyro is an announced game.
It's not announced for the Switch. It is not announced for the Switch. Bayonetta is announced for the Switch. It's no. That's a cheat prediction. No. Pick something.
Okay. Well,
delete.
Okay.
Delete.
What?
Delete.
What about the new Pokemon game will be based on the first 150 creatures, and Nintendo's gonna start all over on the Switch with those games. So you're gonna start from zero. Or if you don't like that one, then I can probably say something like, um, I mean, it's probably gonna be I don't know if either Shin Megami Tensei 5 will be there, or do you want me to say Tokyo Mirage Sessions from the Wii U will be ported over to the Switch? I can throw a couple of them if you want to.
I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm feeling nice. So it's only been leaks and it's not been announced. Pokemon will come, and the game will be based on the first original 150 Pokemon. That's fine. You want to take that one?
Yeah, I want to go with that one because I mean that's what I really want to as well. I know a lot of people are going to be angry that they got to start from the very beginning instead of carry over the Pokemon that they have. But if Nintendo wants to sell 20 million Nintendo Switch units on the 2018 fiscal year, they have to do something like that so they can welcome in the Pokemon Go players into the system, and it's going to have connectivity with Pokemon Go as well. So that's what you're going to be seeing.
Okay, we're done. So just for the people who are joining us, let's do a quick summary about our predictions. My number one prediction was Fortnite was coming to the Switch. My number two prediction was I'm forgetting already. Anyway, my other prediction was Pikmin coming to the Switch. My number third prediction, what was it? I'm forgetting my brain. I'm gonna have to rewatch this and try to see if I remember. My brain is fried right now. I did say that Spyro was coming to the Switch. I did say the Monolith Soft's new game was gonna be shown. Oh, and of course, I finally remember the Retro's new game is gonna be shown. Those are my 5 predictions right there in the house. Caleones, can you summarize your predictions?
Well, going from the end over to the beginning is that Pokemon Go, or no, the new Pokemon Switch game will be announced. It will be based on the first 150 creatures or Pokemon, not Pokemon creatures, and that it will have connectivity with Pokemon Go as well. So before that one, I was talking about how well, we're going to receive a port from Wonderful 101, so that's going to be something that is going to be ported over. I was talking about how Super Mario Odyssey will be receiving DLC where Luigi is going to be playable and you can use him as a character. And I mean, I'm trying to remember as well, like what was the other prediction?
Wonderful 101 is going to
Yes.
be announced, the port. That's your third prediction, right? You said that Mario Kart for the mobile was going to be announced and it's going to connect with Deluxe. That's 4 predictions. Yes. What we're missing?
Yeah, we need to. This is why we need somebody like to be our third person on here, so we can talk about this, we can say everything, and then somebody on the back can be like writing down certain things, talking in our ears and telling us X, Y, and Z. So. And if anybody's open, let us know.
We're good. We'll rewatch this. But there you go. We have our predictions, Caleones. I guess the final thing that we need to talk about E3. Do you think Nintendo is gonna win E3?
Well, but I don't know. Like, okay, so we already gave our 5 predictions. Right, Dantes. Okay, so what? Okay, how is Nintendo going to win E3?
Well, that's what I asked you. Do you think do you think Nintendo's gonna win E3?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm asking you, how can they win it? Because I mean, that's something that we're gonna touch upon more, tomorrow when we do the Force In Unison live, where we already talked about this, and we believe that Microsoft is the one that has everything in their favor to win it. But how would Nintendo win E3? How can they win E3, even if Microsoft comes out with a slew of new games, to show, since they haven't shown anything, and we already know what Sony's going to be doing because they already announced everything they're going to be doing anyway. So, which is pretty much just showing gameplay from games.
Announced everything. I know they got some third-party exclusives, and I'll mention those tomorrow, baby, on our prediction show. But, I'll say that Nintendo can win this if Metroid Prime looks fire. If Pokemon Go is announced and it's the original 150 and the graphics look beastly, Nintendo can announce, for me, they can win this shit by showing me Monolith Soft's new game out of the blue. I'll be screaming like a little girl if they show Monolith Soft's new game. If they announce Pikmin, I think that would be a good surprise. And if Retro's new game is not Star Fox, then Star Fox Racer, then we're you can see something. And of course, if Fortnite announcement comes through, that could be big too. So I think mixture of that, Caleones, with Microsoft not delivering on their surprises could take. So let me give you an example. In the last 2 years, I thought Sony won 2016. Well, I thought Sony destroyed 2016, and I thought 2017 Nintendo won. So this year, gonna be interesting, and I think Microsoft should win this year. It's all on Microsoft basket to win, but Nintendo to me is in second place to take it if they deliver on those games and if Microsoft drops the ball. Anyway, anything to add, Caleones?
Well, this is what I believe Nintendo can do. And I think Nintendo's going to do the same thing as they did last year, because last year they showed Metroid Prime 4, or I mean, a PowerPoint of it, the logo. Yeah, but they announced it. That was one thing. So they announced it. Same thing with Pokemon Switch. They had the Pokemon Company. They they appeared on video talking about the game and that the next installment was going to be on Switch. So that was another announcement for a game that we weren't going to see for another year or year and a half at least. And I expect Nintendo, even though they say that they like to concentrate on games coming out this year, they're probably still going to have games like that. So what I believe we're going to see Fire Emblem Switch. We're going to see Animal Crossing. We're going to see Metro Prime 4. We're going to see Bayonetta 3. We're going to see Shin Megami Tensei 5. We can see, more than likely, Pikmin 4. Luigi's Mansion 3 is another one that, we should be seeing as well. And then from those, Yoshi is another one that we already know about the game, but it still hasn't received a release date. So that's another one that is up in the air with what's happening. Pokemon Switch, of course. And from there, they can probably have, the Retro Studios game, which, they're saying that it could be Star Fox Grand Prix. So that's another one. And they are probably gonna, Monolith Soft's game, if you were to choose, would you want a new IP, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or Xenoblade X2? Which one do you want first?
I think because 2 just came out, I think it's gonna be a new IP. I think I want a new IP. So, but if it's X2, I'll be happy with that too. I love X, so it's not great in story, but the exploration and the gameplay was really good. So I wouldn't mind X2. So I'm good with that. But IP, I think is my best bet because they've been working on that. The big team has been working on that for many years now. So I expect at some point, either this year or next year, if I don't get that prediction, I'm gonna repeat it next year. They will be showing their new IP or a new Monolith Soft game.
Yeah, and Nintendo and Bandai Namco, they have a great relationship. Even so much so that Bandai Namco has helped Nintendo with their games, and of course, the rumors about Bandai Namco helping with Metroid Prime 4. So they have a great relationship, and I wouldn't be surprised if Monolith Soft next project turns out to be Xenosaga, because the trademark got renewed a couple of months ago as well. So that's something that they could probably be doing. Xenosaga, it released 3 games, right?
Yes,
and it was
3 games.
And it was supposed to be 6.
It was supposed to be 6. That's correct.
So that's what we're hoping for. And you can correct me on this one. Was Xenosaga supposed to be the 5th chapter of Xenogears? Was Xenogears supposed to be the 5th?
So original Xenogears. Xenosaga was gonna be basically Xenogears reimagined. But Xenogears, the original Xenogears, was episode 5. They did release what they call Perfect Works, where they did in book form explain episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. But yes, Xenogears was episode 5. Xenosaga was supposed to be that, but did not happen because did not sell well. And that's where I think they did struggle once Nintendo bought them. I think quality control wasn't improved, and that helped. And then, of course, you have Xenoblade, which helps a lot. Just to answer a question from X Gunner, yes, there is a Xenoblade X, and it came out on Wii U. It was more exploration. So to give you a little bit of Xenoblade history, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was for the Wii, was story-driven, a little bit linear, but big hubs, big worlds that you really lost yourself in exploring. To me, still the best in the franchise. Then came out Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was a futuristic sci-fi where you could fly mechs and explore a big open world. But because it was huge open world, the story did suffer. But I think they can find a better balance next time. And then, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, who just came out last year and also delivered, being a really good game. So I'm a proud fanboy. I'll say it, I admit it, I'm a fanboy of Takahashi's work. I've been following. Caleones knows this. I'm not bullshitting you. From Xenogears 1, always love his work. Xenosaga, I admit that I did not like Xenosaga, but he came back strong with Xenoblade, and I'm really looking forward to see what they do with the new IP. And I'm hopeful that they make that announcement. If they make that announcement, for me, they won E3, but it's different kind of. But I'm talking about fanhood. Objectively, though, Microsoft has everything set up to win, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow for sure. Anyway, Caleones, I think we went long enough. 31 minutes just talking to E3, so we're going to hit those news really hard. We got 2 more on Hot Topics, 2 more news, and then we're going to hit News Burst. So go ahead, Caleones. Go with the next piece of news. I don't know if it's NPD or Nintendo N64 Mini, whatever you want.
Okay, well, it's actually going to be 2 pieces of news based on the NPD. One is going to be how the Switch did compared to the PS4 and Xbox One in the US, and also how the Nintendo Labo did in its first month. So, I mean, just starting on this one. Of course, the big release last month for Sony was God of War. For Nintendo, it was the Nintendo Labo. We can say that
I was scared. If Labo would have won, all Sony fans would be getting shit from Nintendo fans. So thank God that the correct game won NPD. Let me clarify, but go ahead, Caleones.
Well, not for being a correct game, but because the game did deserve it.
The correct game won NPD.
But we had God of War came out number 1. Far Cry 5 was number 2. MLB 18 The Show was number 3. Labo Variety Kid was number 4. And Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was number 5. And then I'll complete the 10. Mario Kart 8 was 6. Grand Theft Auto 5 was 7. Call of Duty World War II was 8. Super Mario Odyssey was 9. And NBA 2K18 was number 10. And quick reminder that for games like Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Odyssey, and those, it doesn't count the digital sales. So digital sales are not factored in. But for games like Labo, there's no digital sales. It has to be physical. So those are already tracked in there. As far as systems, the PS4 was the best-selling system, but the Nintendo Switch, colored Joy-Con was the best-selling SKU. But the PlayStation 4 did win for the last month. And based on the NPD, they did state about the Labo that it had, quote unquote, a solid debut month sale that were certainly not fantastic and definitely not terrible. So with all that in mind, what do you have to say on this?
So let's go with Labo first. So the question is Labo going to have a big drop of like Sea of Thieves, Caleones? I'm asking you straight out. You think next month will it chart?
Okay, it's gonna be hard because I think Labo is gonna be one of those titles where it's gonna sell consistently, but on the lower end, month in and month out, until we get to the holiday season, and that's where it can receive some sort of push. The only problem that I see with this is that for Nintendo to do something else for Labo, then they will have to release another kit, which is going to be more cardboard. It's going to be a different cartridge. So there's no update or anything like that you can do for the current one unless they give you some sort of workshop kit where they tell you how to program certain games. and they give you the cardboard for those additional games. More like much like what they showed on the trailer, because they had on the trailer something showing you about a camera. They had about a gun and like a joystick, or like if you're controlling like an airplane, fighter jet or something. So those are ones that we still haven't seen. So of course there's got to be another variety kit. But if Nintendo releases a new one, it has to be more full fledged. It cannot feel like a glorified demo, because you experienced it yourself with your son. He played it, and then he just put it away because he was done with him. He got
right
the
there.
full
Look,
experience
it's
of
on
it.
the floor right there, right now. All that crap. Anyway, I will say this, Caleones. You're always being more like a positive. I will say that this is it. That I don't think we'll see it again. I think Labo will be something past history. The only thing that may give it a jolt is, like you just stated, if they get a new priority kit, but something full-fledged, something really good, something well-made. But we've seen it with Europe. Labo is nowhere to be found. We saw it in the last couple of Japanese ones. Labo is nowhere to be found. And I thought the Japanese market would be a little bit more into Labo, but that is not the case. And then in the U.S. Market right now, it's sharded because they do it only by month. But I don't know if you're gonna see it next month. Sea of Thieves, even though they were celebrating, they got so many players because of Game Pass. Quality of the game show, the game was not well received, and it's not even anywhere near close. Those games like that and State of Decay are games that are just gonna be quick because they're gonna play it with Game Pass. Microsoft is gonna be like, we have 1 million players, of course, because they're all on Game Pass, and then they're not gonna chart at all, in my opinion. So quality is important. So we shall see. I may be wrong, but aside from that, NPD overall. Again, I know I was messing with Caleones earlier, but I'm gonna be objective now. It was a no doubt. God of War is big. God of War became a sensation, and it pushed Sony to sell that well. And it just shows you that single player games and exclusive matter. And I tweeted it out. I tweeted, I'm happy for God of War. They announced that they sold 5 million just like the other day. I'm happy of God of War because single player games are not dead. The same way I was really happy for Breath of the Wild last year selling, because that game was awesome too. I don't care what the haters said that it's overrated. I will say this. It was freaking fun enough for me to play over 200 hours. So I was really happy for the game to sell the way. So, yep.
But something you gotta say about God of War is that the game is so much fun that you're actually giving it a second playthrough on our channel. So, guys,
intermittent, because this Monday we'll be playing Detroit Become Human, because it's the new game. I want to put a couple of videos there, see how they do, and then I'll come back to God of War. But yeah, God of War is fun enough. The same way I did with Breath of the Wild. I played it twice because it was awesome. The difference is Breath of the Wild takes over 100 or so hours, where God of War, I think you can beat it faster in 30 hours at least if you try to do most of it. So, anyway.
Hey, well, actually, X Gunner had a quick question on here. Was asking, what was the game from your teen or childhood years you liked? And I'll add an additional question to that, which is, and that you would like to see brought back again.
Okay, so that's hard because if we go to my childhood, right, in the NES days, I really like a lot of licensed games. It sounds stupid, but I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games a lot. In the Super NES, that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time was freaking awesome, to clarify. And I have it. I still have it.
Great multiplayer game.
Yeah, great multiplayer game. But in my teens, I would say that I was really into Final Fantasy. Right, in high school, I was really into Final Fantasy. That's not. I would say I want to brought back because Final Fantasy hasn't gone anywhere. Feels like it, but it hasn't gone anywhere. But my favorite games when I was a teen was Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 2 was really good on the PlayStation 1. Metal Gear Solid 1. Oof, that was a classic too, Caleones. Xenogears, of course. One of the best RPGs of all time. That's I think in my teens. I was like, I'll tell you periods of time I've changed. So I would say when I was a kid, I was really into Mario. Mario Brothers 3 was the best NES game in my opinion. The Super NES, I was into a little bit more multiplayer arcade games. So that's why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. On the PlayStation era, I was really into RPGs. I played a lot of Breath of Fire, Xenogears, Final Fantasy, and stuff like that. On PlayStation 2, I mean, Devil May Cry, it jumps quickly at me because that game, Caleones brought him and says, you have to play this. And I remember I was like, I don't want to play that. That looks crap. And then Devil May Cry became one of my favorite characters and favorite franchises in history. So Devil May Cry was big. But now after that, yeah, I would say the same. Final Fantasy was great. Metal Gear was great on PlayStation 2. But admittedly, I did not play that much video games because I was spending more in beer than in video games. And
other things.
and other things. And then PlayStation 3, I came back as a gamer. I was more into big games on that generation. I mean, you have to say Uncharted, The Last of Us. Let me see what else. Ratchet and Clank. I got into Ratchet and Clank during the PlayStation 3 era. God of War. I forgot God of War. Another game that it was big during that era. Then I have to say Xenoblade Chronicles 1. That game was my favorite game of that generation. That's going over The Last of Us. That's a big say, right? A lot of people will be like, really? I'm like, yeah, I like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 more than Last of Us. I cannot deny it. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is my number 1 game of all time, and then Last of Us is number 2 game of all time. So yeah, like that, I would say. Caleones, you want to say yours?
Well, I'll go ahead and keep it, I guess, a little bit simpler.
Yes, Dick, I'm an alcoholic. Yes, go ahead.
But coming from the original, well, the Nintendo and the NES era, one of the games I used to play a lot there, which I'm glad that they actually brought back on the Switch, was Blaster Master. So that was a game that I enjoyed. But
Blaster, yeah,
one that I'm still waiting for it to be redone, remade, and brought back is Legendary Wings. So Legendary Wings is one that I love playing. 2 players, either 1 player or 2 players. So that's one of those that I would like to see back. I really want Nintendo to bring back the Pilot Wings series, but put the money in it and give it its due, and not just do kind of like a cheap knockoff or anything like that. Because it was for me a fun game. It had so many different ways to fly, do challenges, and I really enjoyed it. Another one that I enjoyed a lot, and I know there's a remake going around, but I just want a full-fledged sequel, would be for Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter. So Turok is another one.
You were big into that game. I wasn't like big to it. You were like, yeah.
Yeah, so I love that game. And that's another one that I hope that somehow they're gonna bring back. And I mean, I really wouldn't mind seeing Super Mario RPG based on the Super NES game. Same structure, like even if the game is laid out, with the over the view, like 2D, 3D, characters, and just give it like a current day HD, remake or something like that. But I mean, I would love to see that game, brought back, or for it to have a proper sequel and not be, like Paper Mario. So to keep those 2 series, completely separate. So those. I mean, those are probably from the older generation games that I would love to see. And maybe hopefully, one of these days we're gonna get those.
Yep, I'm with you on that. So anyway, with that said, Caleones, I think we can move to the next piece of news.
Yes, and Dantes said that he will be playing Undertale, and more than likely either uploading it or streaming it for the Force In Unison gaming channel. So that's one of those that you should be looking forward to.
Yeah, that's a quick game. I'm planning to do a quick one, but we shall see. There's a lot of games that I want to do on Monday. It's only one day in the week, so.
Okay, so Dantes, we're talking about games that we would like to see, from the other generation, but we may get to replay some of those games because Nintendo has applied for a new trademark for the Nintendo 64. So this actually can mean a couple of things. It can mean that, one, they're working on an N64 Mini, so that could be an option, or the other one could be that they're working on not on the Nintendo Switch Online, but bringing Nintendo 64 games into it, and maybe have the added online functionality as well. But I mean, either way, it seems like Nintendo is bringing something I wanted to use this as one of my predictions for E3, but I don't feel as confident that we're going to see it at E3, so that's why I didn't mention it. But Dantes, what does this trademark mean? What do you think it means?
It means that they're probably gonna come on N64 Mini. It just makes sense. Nintendo's been making a lot of money with this. I would, how you call it, like, you know, collector item, I guess you could call it, right? Yeah, they've been making a lot of money, and you got some games in there that you could play. And N64 Mini would be awesome because, to give you an example, I have a Retron 5 and I play those games, old games, in HD thanks to the Retron 5. But the Retron 5 doesn't have an N64 cartridge base. There's no clone console on the market right now that gives you N64 games in HD, Caleones. So, if they drop that N64 Mini, and I don't think they're going to do a lot of games because now the games are becoming bigger and bigger, unless they decide to, hey, make it more expensive, make it 150, but have a big hard drive and they have, good games on it. But an N64 with HD, Caleones, where you could play like Star Wars Shadows of the Empire in HD. Look at those ugly graphics. Because admittedly, if there's one generation, and maybe you disagree with me on this, but if there's one generation that the games still look, they don't age well, I'm going to say it's the PlayStation 1 and 64 generation. The games do not look that great 20 years later. Well, more than that, but they don't look that great. And I've seen it because I do have the N64 emulator. I'll play some of them in HD, and you can see the polygons looking really bad. The same with the PlayStation 1. You play Metal Gear 1 on HD, you're like, ugh, those models are a little bit rough, right? But it is what it is. It is part of that generation. I'm just saying it is the most ugly generation, in my opinion. Games do age better now when you start on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and moving forward, right? But I think this is it. This is N64. We did record one time a video of what games we expect at the N64. Maybe if they announce it, we'll release it out of the blue and find it for you guys. But yeah, I think they could. This is what it is. Nintendo's making a lot of money with this collector items. Why stop, right? So N64 makes perfect sense.
Okay, well, going over and moving to the next one, and it is that, Force Japan.
Wait, let's cut it then. Let's end it. We're done with Reggie's Hot Topics, 47 minutes in, and we'll start with New Burst on Numas News Burst. So go ahead, Caleones, kicking it off. We're hitting it hard now.
Okay, so Force Japan has named Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima as one of the top 10 CEOs in the world. So basically, I'm not going to name them by name, most of them, because most of those names you're not going to recognize them. But I'll name the companies. So he was among the CEOs from Kraft Foods, Campbell Soup, Mondelez International, Estee Lauder Companies, Giorgio Armani, LinkedIn, Intercontinental Hotel Groups, ING, and Google. So he was named among those 10 CEOs. That tells you how great of a job he's done for Nintendo and how he's carried the company, from the Wii U days up until, where he is right now. Of course, next month he will be stepping down, but he has done an awesome job for Nintendo, and he will stay with Nintendo. He's going to be on the board of directors, so he's going to be stepping away from the CEO role. He'll still be on the board of directors, so his voice is still going to be heard.
Yep. I got no issues with it. He did a really good job stepping in with the Iwata situation and then taking the company to where it is now. It's really successful. You see the product lines. You can see a Nintendo hitting hard with the collector items, the Switch, and then knowing how to use their IPs. So, hey, it's all good. I think it's fine to have him there.
Yeah, X-Gunner is wondering how many games total do you have behind you?
I don't know. I never counted them. I'll give you a count next week's show. But
go get your Excel sheets and where you have the games listed and all. But for the next one, we'll try to do it. Okay, so going over with the next piece of news is that we already talked about this, that Monolith Soft wants to make Xenoblade Chronicles X sequel, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they want to release a new IP. And I'll go ahead and throw in the other piece of news that they said, and they, the Xenoblade developers, they want to make a violent, erotic, and heavy M-rated game for Nintendo. So, I mean, they're Japanese after all. So at some point,
I
something
don't
like
know.
that's gonna happen.
Erotic is erotic. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a little bit erotic in some areas.
But Xenoblade Chronicles X, they had the character creation in Japan where you can either increase or decrease the breast size of the female character. That they took away that they took that away in North America, but I mean they've been giving you indications that that's where they want to be headed at some point.
So I'm gonna say this quick. I mean, Takahashi is fucked up, but anyway, well, I'm gonna say quick. Sorry about the curse there. I just forgot about it. But what I was gonna say quick is, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles X2, sorry, makes sense. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 makes sense. More so if you can build these games with a small teams. If you split the teams and you have 40 group here doing the Xenoblade Chronicles 3, this group here doing X2, then you can outsource some of the assets, and what they did with that strategy really worked really well with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They had a really good story. My concern with that is that we're never gonna see like a full-fledged Xenoblade Chronicles 1 where the whole team was working on it and you could see how big that game was, how expansive the story, how well made. Even though I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I still feel that 1 was better because you can see it in the attention, where Xenoblade Chronicles 1 was way more polished game, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was rough around the edges. That's not denying. Even though to me it's a masterpiece, doesn't mean that I have to be not objected and admit that it was a little bit rough around the edges. But they may do that, Caleones. It's about making money, and Nintendo is gonna be happy. They need games, and if Monolith Soft delivers quick and they show that they can deliver quick games, I'm gonna be surprised if they do that X2 and 1, and the new IP. I think that's the one that's gonna show the full-fledged team. Now the erotic game, I mean, that's just ideas. Doesn't mean that Nintendo's gonna approve it. Monolith Soft is part of Nintendo, so Nintendo has to approve it first. I'm not saying Nintendo is uptight and may say no or yes. I'm just saying that that's just ideas, and it may take a lot of time before that materializes. So.
Yeah, before we say that Nintendo is not going to do it, we got to remember Nintendo actually approved Ubisoft to have Mario in a game holding a cannon and shooting other characters. So that's something that I would not have believed that they were going to allow, but they did. So, something like this. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it sold over 1 million copies so far. I think it's going to sell over 2 million lifetime once it's done. And that's, like we said, a game that took 2 years to make. They only had 40 people from Monolith Soft working in it. And a couple of months ago, they doubled in size their company. So they may have 40 more people working on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They may have another group working on the new IP or on X2. So they seem to do a lot with a few people. And like you said, some of the things they can outsource. So I believe that, like Dantes said, that we may be seeing something at this E3.
I'm going to add something quick to give props. I don't know if Caleones is going to like this quick. I think Monolith Soft is better to be under Nintendo. And the reason I say that is because, Nintendo being a stable company, if you have 1 or 2 dots, they don't make money. Who cares? They're still under the Nintendo umbrella, right? But you want to make money, and and Monolith Soft is making money. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that it's good that they're that way because they can take more chances. They can expand. And yeah, I wish that Monolith Soft was working on a powerful console so you can see what they could do. But you know what? I'm also happy that they're with Nintendo and they making games and they can be in first party. They can experiment, Caleones. So we shall see.
Okay, and we're going to be moving over to the next one, and it's that, there was like a small pause in there. But the rating board has revealed that Batman: The Enemy Within could be headed over to the Nintendo Switch. Have you played this game, Dantes?
No, I haven't played. I played the season 1. I haven't played season 2. This is where the Joker becomes the Joker. So I'm really interesting to see what type of Joker they're gonna build. This, to clarify, the Telltale games have done a really good job at taking the Batman mythos and changing it to stuff that I was like, because I'm a big Batman fan, like Caleones knows, and I was thinking, oh, this character's here in season 1 oh, I'm gonna treat them this way because they've been like that for many years, and then they spin it, and you're like, oh, this person was the bad guy, and that character never the bad guy in other Batman stories. So, I would say play it if it's coming to the Switch. Guys, support. You supported season 1. You need to support season 2. And yes, I'm planning to play it. It is on my docket for this year, Caleones. I'm planning to play it. Hopefully, I can play it at some point before the year ends.
And I mean, it's going to be one of those where maybe they're going to receive the games by seasons, or maybe they're going to wait until all the seasons are collected together. I don't know how long it's going to take until every single season comes out, but yeah, I mean, I would really like for it to come out on the Switch, and especially since it's already available on the other system. So hopefully it will be coming over. Next piece of news is that, and this is something that we could have used as one of our big topics, because it could be a game changer depending on how they approach this. But it's that Nintendo of Japan has begun selling the dockless Nintendo Switch units. What does this mean? It means that Nintendo is no longer, well, I mean, they're still selling the Nintendo Switch unit like it is, but they're actually giving you a cheaper alternative. It is roughly like 50 or 60 US dollars if you do the conversion, cheaper than the new console with all the dock and everything. But this is still going to be a new console, but you receive your choice of Joy-Cons. So you can actually combine, like pick and choose the different colors, and you can choose two different Joy-Cons with different colors. I think there's 8 different alternatives of colors, and with the sleeves as well. But it does not come with the dock. It does not come with the HDMI cable or the AC adapter, or the Joy-Con grip, or those. So it doesn't come with any of those things. But they do sell cheaper, and this is mostly aimed for people that already own a Nintendo Switch unit and they want to get another one without having to get like a dock and things like that. If they don't want to. So like I said, it is about 50 to 60 US dollars cheaper when you do the conversion rate from yen. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think this is something that's going to be selling in Japan?
Quick thoughts, because we're we're in the news burst already 57 minutes in, but I think it's a good idea. I think it's fine. I think Japan is Nintendo's bread and butter market. They need to find ways to keep selling it, and they just want to attract more people into buying a second console, like you stated. So I think it's fine. I still would have preferred buying the normal package, because I like the couple of docks, because I got multiple docks in the house and I can move my Switch up and down whatever in the house, right? But for people who are, like you said, just need the system, I think it's a good option. And options are always good, my friends. So.
Yeah, and something that we have to understand is that Japan is somewhat different than we are over here. Like, we are people that we like to buy a really big house, have a bunch of rooms, have a TV on each and every one of the rooms, and of course, if we do something like that, we want to have a dock on each room so we can just carry the Switch. Over there, they're more conservative. They don't like to have too many things, too many cables. And for them, this is it's a pretty good alternative, especially since they really like playing on handheld mode. That's why a system like the Nintendo 3DS sold 2, 3, 4 times more than the Wii U or the PS4 or the PS3 or any of those in Japan. So I mean, they prefer the handheld, and this is a good way for them to save a couple of bucks if they don't want to get those things together with it. But moving over to the next piece of news is that Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon for the Nintendo 3DS has been delayed. They haven't exactly said when the game will be coming out. Or actually, it will be coming out on 31st of May. It was supposed to be coming out on the 24th. The Nintendo Switch version of the game did come out on the 24th, but the 3DS version will be waiting for another week until it comes out.
Okay, that's fine. Some people who played it, they said it really harpens back to the Castlevania days. So if you're a big Castlevania fan, I would recommend playing.
Yeah, and just to tell you quick, this one, Ritual of the Moon, Curse of the Moon, I'm sorry, was the game that was promised to be coming out for the main game, which was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So that's the game that was promised originally, and it finally came out on the 24th, 2 days ago on the Switch, and it will be coming out on the
So
31st for the
X Gunner
3DS.
is it was delayed for 3DS. For the Switch, still came out in the same date. So just to give you a heads up, if you want to buy it on the Switch, which at this point, kill the 3DS.
Yeah, killing. Well, next one is that Mario Tennis Aces online tournament demo has been released on the Switch. Well, even though it's released, the demo doesn't come out. I mean, it's not going to be live until June 1st. But you can now go over to the Switch. You can download it and have it ready. But not only has it been like made available, but it has actually been data mined as well, and it lists a total of 26 playable characters, which are going to be Birdo, Blooper, Boo, Boom Boom, Bowser, Bowser Jr., Chain Chomp, Daisy, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Dry Bones, Dry Bowser, Kamek, Koopa Troopa, Luigi, Mario, Paratroopa, Peach, Rosalina, Shy Guy, Spike, Toad, Toadette, Waluigi, Wario, and Joshi are going to be the 26 characters that will be available. Some of those characters you're going to have to unlock when you play the game. But, I want to say, guys, like I said, June 1st is when the demo comes out. That is going to be next Friday. And next Friday, we will be doing a live stream of Mario Tennis Aces, and we will be playing it with other people and that have the Switch. If you guys have it, the demo is free. Download it next Friday. Join us, and we will be playing it over here.
Yes, join Caleones just in case. I'll see if I make it.
No. Hey, you guys want to see Dantes play as well. You want to see him play Splatoon 2 as well. So make it known over here that you want Dantes to be part of it. That
sure.
He doesn't need to go out drinking on a Friday night.
Play tennis, right? Play tennis, right? Anyway, go with the next piece of news, Caleones.
Okay, and this is going to be the last piece of news, and it is that Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido demo has been released. So you can head over to the Nintendo Switch, play the demo, or you can go over to our channel. We actually played the live demo, and we played the full playthrough of the demo itself. So you can go over and watch our videos, and we have posted it on there. But if you have a Nintendo Switch and you haven't downloaded it, get it. It's a really fun game, and hopefully they're gonna make an anime of it as well. About the Octo expansion X Gunner, we're not exactly sure. I believe the amiibo figures for Marina and Pearl are going to be available on June 13th, which I think is going to be the same day as E3. So the expansion might be made available on the same day as well. So that's what I'm expecting. So probably June 13th is going to be the date.
Okay. With that said, Caleones, did you get the Shigeru mini markets? If not, we can jump it today.
I have it over here.
Okay, you have it. Okay. Well, Caleones, thank you for all the news today. But if I wanted to know what are the hot games coming down to the market, which is our favorite store, Caleones?
It's gonna be the Shigeru Supermarket. You got it wrong. You said mini market. It's the supermarket.
Sorry. Go ahead, Caleones. What are the hot games this week?
Well, for this week, the hottest games that are going to be coming out is going to be. I'll say it's a pretty interesting collection of games. The first one that we have on here is going to be Tracks Build It Race It, Legendary 11, Runner 3, Mega Man Collection 1 and 2, Disco Dodgeball Remix, Zen Bound 2, Super Sports Matchin', Punch Club, N++, Escape Game Aloha, Discovery, Dead Fun Pack Penguins Alien Strikes Again, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Baobab's Mausoleum Episode 1, Arcade Archives Iki, Top Players Golf, 6180 The Moon, Pixel Junk Monsters 2, Mecha Storm, Jurassic Pinball, Jumping Joe and Friends, Enigmatis, The Mists of Ravenwood, Dungeons Rushers, Atomine, And those are the games for this week.
I guess Bloodstain, right? Bloodstain is Bloodstain.
Well, I mean, not necessarily because you have also the Mega Man collection coming out, and you have Runner 3
All right,
as well.
Mega Man collection too. Yeah, that one I'm probably gonna get on the Switch for sure. Caleones, thank you for that big ass store. Of course, the supermarket, and we're done. And I think with that, we're done with the show, Caleones. Look at that. With the E3 special, we made it to 1 hour and 4 minutes, delivering entertainment to you guys. But, Caleones, are you ready to end it?
Yes.
Let's do this. Of course, I always end it with a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles music. There you go. There you go. I even remember to put the banner at the end. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching today's Get In and Get Out Nintendo Podcast episode 47 right here at the Force In Unison Gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these two crazy MS happy. Also remember to hit that bell so you can get notifications when all of our videos come out, baby. Also remember, we do have this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes, so you can download it. You can listen to us while you drive. Of course, if you're a kid, while you're going to school, whatever. But you can still listen to us, listen to our sweet voices. Also, hey, we have a Facebook page called @Force In Unison Gaming. Also, go to the description box below so you can see the full channel schedule. Remember, Mondays, PlayStation Monday, where this Monday I will be playing Detroit Become Human. Wednesday, we got Streaming Wednesday, where Inkling G and Caleones plays Splatoon for your entertainment. Of course, Friday, we got Toys and More Club Present. What are they going to play? We don't know, but this Friday, they could be playing Mario Tennis Aces. Also, this show on Saturday. And, of course, Force In Unison Live on Sunday. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to chiguerosnews.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, thank you again. And long live Nintendo. See you guys.